welcome to another round of Sports Views. Tonight I'm recapping the round of 16 and predicting the quarterfinals of the 2021 Scotiabank CONCACAF League. Before we get into the round of 16 recap, I got 5 out of 8 of my predictions for the round of 16 correct. I got the Olimpia, Inter Moengo, Tapo tie wrong, Alajuelense, Guastatoya wrong, and Alianza Comunicaciones wrong. I would have got 6 had the Olimpia situation not happened, but we will get into that, and that's where we'll start. First off, the round of 16, number 4, CD Olimpia versus Inter Moengo, Tapo. First leg ended 6-0, road win for Olimpia, but Ronnie Brunswijk, the striker, owner of Inter Moengo Tapo, and vice president of Suriname, not just playing. That was crazy in itself. But after the game, he goes into Olympia's locker room, gives every player $100, walked in with a briefcase, give them all $100 in Suriname currency. They thought it was because of their travel issues the day before with bus and accommodations, but he just gives it to them. And one of the Olimpia players are dumb enough, because it is dumb, to record him giving the money, him pulling an Odell Beckham Jr. They record it. And they also give him a shirt after he does that. But that gets both teams disqualified from the CONCACAF League. When Olimpia could have went to the quarterfinals, they already had gone through pretty much without getting disqualified, but they did, which makes the winner of Guastatoya Alajuelense qualify for Champions League and go to the semifinals of this tournament. But Olimpia were dumb enough to record Brunswijk giving them money and him pulling a Odell Beckham Jr., which the joke and reference in that is Odell Beckham Jr. after the 2020 National Championship. It's been a long time because that was pre-COVID. I know, we forgot. LSU won the national championship. Odell went to LSU. He goes to give the current players money and gifts after they win, and that gets them sanctions. I think it did. I'm not sure. Odell definitely got banned from going to LSU games for at least 3 years. But don't pull an Odell Beckham Jr. or don't record somebody pulling an Odell. Thank you very much. That's pretty stupid. So, round of 16-3, the aforementioned Alajuelense Guastatoya tie. Alajuelense 3, Guastatoya 3. Guastatoya wins on away goals. Alajuelense did not play good at all in this tie. They did not play good enough. They did not play well enough. They were not strong. They have not been good all year. They've sacked 2 managers already, put in their third, sacked Garavich before the CONCACAF League. It's bad. It's bad down there in Alajuela, Costa Rica. It's bad down there. And I was like, they'll at least beat Guastatoya, and then the champions curse will affect them because there's no repeat champions. Never has been in this tournament. Well, it got them in the first round. And they did it to themselves. They were bad. Guastatoya with the amazing comeback. 1-1 in Guatemala. They go back. Alajuelense goes 2-0 up. Second half, Guastatoya catches them sleeping, scores 2 goals, and gets through, and goes to the semifinals and qualifies for the CONCACAF Champions League, where they're a minnow, and it's very, very likely they get their asses kicked in the first round, but the round of 16. But hey, we'll see. We'll see. But Guastatoya being in the Champions League again for the first time since 2019, where they got beat by the Houston Dynamo. We'll see how that turns out. I kind of want Toronto to get Guastatoya. Kind of. Yeah. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, I still think Toronto's winning the Canadian Championship. Round of 16, number 1, Alianza 1, Comunicaciones 3. Alianza just has not been good. They were not good at all in this tie. Comunicaciones dominated from the outset. They dominated the whole time. They were the better team by far. Comunicaciones gives Guatemalans some hope and happiness throughout this tournament with Guastatoya as well. We have a chance for a Guatemalan derby in the semifinals. I say chance. It's probably not going to happen, but we have a chance. Comunicaciones were the better team by far, and they deservedly won. And those are the 3 ties I got wrong. Now we're on the ties that I got right. But I had to get the left side of the bracket first and then start with Olympia because, situations. Round of 16, 2, Deportivo Saprissa, 6, Santa Lucia, 2, Saprissa were the better team the whole time, even though Santa Lucia made that second leg wild, scoring those 2 goals in the first half. Wild, 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 wild west, wild thing, you make my heart sing type of stuff. But Saprissa were dominant the whole way through. They pretty much didn't care after they went 4. Scored 4 goals in the tie, 2 away, 2 at home. They knew they'd be fine. And they did. They got through pretty dominantly. They're in the quarterfinals like they should be. 2019's champions and 2020's runners-up, Saprissa. Could they get their second in 3 years? We will see. I don't think so, but we'll see. Round of 16, number 5, Club Atlético Independiente de la Chorrera, 0-2, Forge FC. Forge FC win the tie. At home, they did well enough defensively. They didn't score any goals. If Crutzen would have got that penalty, would have been nice. He didn't. Forge do the job in Central America, as I said they would. Babuli with the first half goal before he gets sent off. Before halftime, Kyle Becker slaps in a free kick. They hold on. Forge goes through. Amazing tie. They're in the quarterfinals, and they are 2 games away from being in the Champions League. If not already, the standings show that they're in a Champions League spot. So, as long as they don't finish last in those standings, they're in the Champions League. Top 5 of 6, that ain't hard. I think they'll be fine. But round of 16, number 6, CD Plaza Amador 0, Santos de Guapiles 3. Santos de Guapiles, the better team by far. They were the better team by far. Plaza Amador didn't give them any challenge. They dispatched them like they were a minnow from Belize, just like they did Verdez. A little bit easier, but Santos de Guapiles were the better team. 100%. I don't think they're as strong as Alajuelense or Saprissa, even though they did go through instead of Alajuelense. But when it comes to Costa Rican teams, Santos de Guapiles are like second tier, but I still think they're able to be beatable by Forge. But we'll see. We'll get into that. Round of 16, number 7, Motagua FC 3, CD Universitario 2. Motagua won, but they did not look convincing at all through both legs of the tie. I thought Universitario looked like the better team throughout. Motagua did their job. That's all they did. They did not impress me. They don't look that good. I think Universitario were the better team most of the tie. They're the ones who deserve to go through, but they didn't. Motagua just did the job, and that's why they went through. Finally, round of 16, number 8, Real Esteli FC 2, CD Marathon 2. Marathon wins on penalties 4-5. Marathon goes through. Better team. They both scored 2-0 wins at their home stadium. Went to penalties. Marathon were better, but they fell asleep in the second half of the second leg, and that's what allowed Esteli to get back to penalties. And they got to a penalty shootout. Very wild penalty shootout, might I add. Fox, the keeper for Esteli, dislocates his shoulder on a save. He still plays the rest of the penalty shootout. Marathon has them to the sword 4 times. They missed 3. Then they finally got the last one. Took them a little bit, but they finished it off. And the keeper made a lot of saves for Marathon, but they do the job. They get through. Very close, but I still think they were better than Motagua out of the Honduran teams. It'll be in a Clasico in the quarterfinals. 5 out of 8 of my predictions, as I said, for the round of 16. Let's move on to the quarterfinal predictions. Quarterfinal 1, Comunicaciones FC of Guatemala versus Deportivo Saprissa of Costa Rica. Winner goes on to face Guastatoya of Guatemala in the semifinals. Only 3 quarterfinals, so I get 3 picks. So let's see if I can get 3 out of 3. I say Saprissa. Saprissa are the better team. I don't think they're going to sleep on Comunicaciones like they did Santa Lucia. I think they know about Comunicaciones. Comunicaciones are the best team in Guatemala by far. It's going to be a tight one, but I think Saprissa wins 4-2 on aggregate. They dominate pretty much. I'd say the 2 comes from the Comunicaciones home tie, but they still scored 2 there, so the 2 away goals, 4-2. Sort of like this tie in a way. last tie for them in a way, but Saprissa goes through to face Guastatoya. So we'll have a Costa Rican versus Guatemalan semi. Then the other side of the bracket, Forge FC versus Santos de Guapiles. Forge FC of Canada, Santos de Guapiles of Costa Rica. I say Forge. I think Forge is going to the semifinals. They better. I don't care that Babuli's out for a game. They still got Omar Brownie. They still got Wubens Passius. Wubens Passius. They still got Wubens Passius. Whether you want to say it the Josh Eastern way or my way, they still got Wubens Passius. They still got Omar Brownie. They still got Tristan Borges, who will be back. Kyle Becker. They got Paulo Sabak. Awua. Offensively, they should get this done. Santos de Guapiles, defensively, they did have some scares. And I think Forge will definitely make those scares count. Unlike Verdez or Plaza Amador, Forge is a very much stronger team in my eyes than Santos de Guapiles. And I would totally take Forge to go through to the semifinals. And then finally, quarterfinal number 4. Motagua FC of Honduras versus CD Marathon of Honduras, a Honduran Clasico. I got Marathon. As I said, Motagua did not impress me whatsoever. Marathon impressed me more throughout this tournament so far. Marathon got through the preliminary round against Diriahen and then beat Real Esteli. I think they keep on going. They've impressed me over 4 games. Marathon has not impressed me over 2. They have not. Marathon has impressed me. Motagua has not. Motagua has not impressed me whatsoever. I think Marathon's going to keep on going. They may be the lower team in the standings in Honduras, but in a 2-leg tie, I think they play better. I think they are the better team, and they get this one done. I think they get it done. Be tight. I'm going to say 3-2 on aggregate. Forge, I'll say 3-1 on aggregate. Marathon will go through, Forge will go through, Saprissa will go through. So your 2 semifinals in November and early December will be Deportivo Saprissa of Costa Rica versus CD Guastatoya of Guatemala. And semifinal 2 will be Forge FC of Canada versus CD Marathon of Honduras, which will be a rematch from the play-in round last year. And I think they'll do better this time too. Forge can honestly win this damn thing with all that's happened. I'm being honest. I'm being serious. They're going to the final. The team they have, they're going to the final. And you know what? They'll probably win it. But they'll make it to the final. And they're going to the Champions League. Trust me. I know. I said it last year, but this time, over 2 legs and the team they've actually built, they got this. So with that said, those are my predictions. Those are my recap. If you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. Tomorrow, I have a live watch-along in RSR for Texas A&M versus Mississippi State. Mississippi State at Texas A&M at Kyle Field. We got another college football video. It's been a while. I know you college football fans, if you're still subscribed, State fans, I know you'll like this one. This one's for you. I told you I'd do it, and I'm doing it. 6 p.m. Central. Let's go, Hail State. Hopefully we go 3-2. Texas A&M are frauds. We better. It's true, they're frauds. They lost to Arkansas. Frauds. With that said as well, check out my Patreon. $5, $10, or $20 a month. Anything's appreciated. It helps support the channel. It'd be awesome if you do. Also support by liking, sharing, commenting, sending super chats during the live streams. I expect a couple tomorrow, no joke. And then also put this in playlist. Share this with your friends. Enjoy this. I hope you liked this video, and I hope I see you tomorrow. I'm Ryan, and I'm out. Peace. See you soon.